The Sports Source is brought to you by Fast Frame. Turn your memorabilia into a work of art.
You are watching East Tennessee's first and only year-round sports talk show on television. This is The Sports Source with your host, John Pennington.
Good Sunday morning and welcome into The Sports Source presented by Bill Hotz and Associates. There's going to be a big show today. We have lots of opinions and news on the AD search at Tennessee, which seems to have heated up, though that may mean it's winding down. We'll discuss that. Tennessee basketball gets a game they have to win, still alive on the NCAA tournament bubble. We'll look at that. Some NFL draft talk for former Vols as well. A lot of stuff to cover. Let's dive right in. First segment of our program brought to you by Bill Hotz and Associates. We'll be welcoming in some new sponsors over the next few weeks. Bill Hotz and Associates, chief among them. For 30 years, they've been helping East Tennesseans get financial compensation for damages and wages lost due to car accidents. It is a serious issue. Go with Bill Hotz and Associates when you need help after a car accident. All right, I want to welcome in the first wave of panelists. We have Bob Hodge, Mike Strange, Vince Ferrara back with us. Mike Griffith down there. Gentlemen, thanks for being with us. As I said, let's just dive right in. A lot of news this week, so put this up. New Chancellor Beverly Davenport began work this week, and she said UT is moving quickly in its AD search. Rumors which once said December and then January are now saying a new AD could be in place by next month. In news this week, UTC Athletic Director David Blackburn has determined that he's going to start at least talking about the AD situation, talked about it quite a bit. He did radio in Knoxville, radio in Chattanooga, and he talked to John Adams of the Knoxville News-Sentinel this week. Meanwhile, Phillip Fulmer is trying to strengthen his resume. He's been talking to former ADs Doug Dickey, Bill Battle, current UT AD Dave Hart. Also been talking to lawyers regarding Title IX, so we'd be up to speed on that. That according to volquest.com. So why might Blackburn have decided to start talking this week? Well, as you see right there, it might have something to do with the fact that Phillip Fulmer went down and talked to WGOW, that's Dave Hooker's show, down in Chattanooga, and it was written about on gridironnow.com. Fulmer said, once you manage 100 plus kids for 17 years, he said of himself, you certainly know how to manage people and pull an organization together. I think I do that very well. He added, it's not like I don't have experience around the administration of college football. Okay, now that was Fulmer campaigning. Blackburn, if you want to say he's campaigning for it, he went on the sports, well, I'm sorry, I almost said the sports animal. Sports radio WNML. These stations don't ever need to change or it messes me up. Blackburn said on the radio this week, if asked to be a part of this process officially in terms of an interview, I would love to, and it would mean the world to me to be able to lead the institution that led me. He also went on WGOW in Chattanooga, and Gridiron Now wrote about it. I have nothing but good things to say about Coach. He's talking about Phillip Fulmer here. Today's game has changed, and you've got to be current and up to date with what's going on. And hopefully he is, if that's what they choose to do. He did a good job as a football coach. Being AD is a different deal, and he may be one to float that if that's what they choose. Who knows? Okay. Surprised at all, gentlemen, that after weeks of silence and rumors, murmurs, people leaking stuff, now these guys are going on the record. Radio, I mean, Fulmer does radio in Chattanooga. Then all of a sudden, David Blackburn, who works in Chattanooga, does radio in Knoxville and Chattanooga and the News Sentinel. Surprised at all that it started to get noisy.
Yes, because this usually doesn't happen around AD searches. That's quick and simple. It usually doesn't happen. When's the last time you heard this around an athletic director search? The two main candidates going out into the media and talking about the job. It just doesn't happen very often.
What I want to know, who's going to moderate the debate?
I mean, are you surprised by this at all?
Yeah, I am a little bit.
Guys?
I'm surprised. I'm less surprised that Phillip Fulmer is doing interviews and talking about it a little bit more openly. He's a lot more visible than David Blackburn, and he's always been very visible, very popular. But for David Blackburn to do it, yeah, I think I'm surprised at this point. He is responding to it clearly, and I think he wants to make sure that he's not forgotten in this. But yeah, I'm surprised for Blackburn.
Which argument makes more, and I want to get back to whether or not you think he's campaigning in a second, Mike. Which argument makes more sense, though? You've got Phillip Fulmer saying, look, I've been a football coach. I managed 100 people. I've been around football administration. And then you have David Blackburn, who says, ADing is a different deal, and you got to stay up to date. I thought those were pointed comments. I don't think those are just random bits he threw out there. Which argument makes more sense to you?
I don't want to belittle it,
Go ahead.
but one of them is running a Flying J Travel Center. The other's running Pilot Corporation. That's over everything. And I think there's a big difference between the two. You can do one of them extremely well, and you may be able to do the other one. But there is a difference between running the entire show and running a section of that
A
show.
franchise.
Yes.
Well, they're both right. I mean, they both have perspective on college athletics at a big time level that very few people have. I think they're both qualified for the job, and I'm not as surprised as the other guys to hear it because Beverly Davenport's in town. And this coincides with the chancellor moving in and officially taking over February 15th.
Still can't remember anybody campaigning for an AD job before.
Tennessee's a unique place, John.
It
Hey,
is the
you
Tennessee
telling me
way.
this?
Yeah, well, that's
I've
why
been banging that drum for 13 years on this TV show. 14 years on this TV show. But do you think David Blackburn is campaigning? Obviously, if you've given up on this thing, you don't say anything, in my view. But you don't feel that he's really campaigning.
Campaigning seems like such a strong word. I think it's signs in yards and calling people up and offering your services.
No, that's Philip Fulmer.
These people have been
Calling people up and offering services. That's
These
not a
people
joke.
have
That's what
been
he did.
requested for interview after interview after interview for months and months and months, and have pretty much sat on their hands. And it has to be hard when there's an opportunity that they're interested in. I just think it's reached a breaking point with the chancellor in town. Now she's very visible. She's on social media. I think she brings a whole new dynamic to this search that we'd never really thought about because we were so used to Jimmy Cheek just kind of hiding away like a troll somewhere.
Good Lord, man.
Well, true.
Well, then,
I
okay.
still, even if she brings a new dynamic to it, this is still a different thing than you have seen. Alabama just hired an athletic director a few months ago.
A few weeks ago.
Anybody campaigning for that job? No, I think if you look around the country, I think this is a unique situation. Now, maybe it's because Beverly Davenport brings some sort of new feel to it, but I just think this is very different than what you've seen in the past.
I think you have too many boosters here that are all clamoring for too much for power. I think there's an empty spot in the throne. I don't think the guy who used to sit in the throne sits in it as much as he used to. Now you got people thinking, I can get in the throne. I'll get my guy in there. Again, we said it last week. I think there's a reason in December it all leaked out. Oh, it's going to be soon. That's because the Blackburn people thought they had him. Then all of a sudden, oh, no. And the fans are mad. They thought, well, you said December. Then it leaks out. Other boosters let it leak. It's going to be Fulmer any day now. It's imminent. Imminent was the word. No, it wasn't. So that was his boosters that then came out and thought they had it done. That's what makes UT unique. I don't think you have a power structure. The word structure, you've just got a power amoeba. A power puddle. There's no structure to it. Mike, I'm going to force you to talk. Tell me something.
Well, to answer your question, which one made the best case? If I'm not mistaken, at some point, some leader over there, whether it was the president or somebody, said the new AD would be a sitting AD, right?
That was the comment it was let out. I don't know if they made an official comment, but that was the word from over there that DiPietro wanted a seated.
So I thought David Blackburn, in his statements you quoted there, made it very clear, hey, I'm a sitting AD. I know what it's like.
Yeah, Vince, your thoughts?
Yeah, but it's also very open for change. We've seen this whole process change quite a bit. So maybe a statement at one point said that, and then it's taken a different turn.
Yeah, very fluid process. And again, I just think Davenport's the new star in town. You see her on social media. She's got a presence. She's bold. She's not afraid to put herself and her opinions and thoughts out there. Whole new dynamic.
Because she
to
tweeted
this search.
once?
Once?
What do you, I don't.
I've seen a lot more from the chancellor. I saw more from this chancellor in a week than I've seen from Jimmy Cheek in how many years?
Well, that was
The
a
troll.
low bar.
The
though,
troll, yeah,
Mike.
beat-
I mean, you
beat-
never heard from Chief.
I think a lot of her. I'm on the
All
record.
right.
There you
Well,
go.
look, I'll be the one that flat says it. You got a messed up situation. You've got power that no one knows who's got it. You got people angling. The search committee, scuttlebutt is, they're meeting today. Hopefully they're watching right now. Get your stuff in order, folks. Get it in order. All right, when we come back, what's the relationship between Blackburn and Fulmer at this point? They were buddy-buddy. Fulmer was campaigning for him. Now they haven't talked in months. Is history repeating? Come on back on the Sports Source.